What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. So, what I have for you today is a reaction video to EUC upgrades ride on the Abrams. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I've been looking forward to this. This is a highly anticipated EUC, and we're going to review this video and be completely honest. Kevin is a phenomenal rider. And this is just my take on what I see, and I'm just going to give my opinions on what I think about the wheel from this great video. So let's get it underway.
Wow, hi. Lovely day today. Sunday. The sun's out. I think this is the nicest day I see. Just spending some time with the Abram. Have a look.
Now we're not going to look at the whole video. I'm just going to look at a few minutes of it. But definitely go subscribe to Kevin's channel. He makes phenomenal content. Excuse me, I'm burping there. We're going to keep that in there. But definitely go sub to his channel. He puts out great content, phenomenal rider, and he knows his way around an EUC. He can break a wheel down, fix it, and do all the little things to it to get it up and running. So, and he seems like a really great person as well. So definitely go sub to his channel. Now, again, this is only going to be. I'm probably going to watch about 10 minutes of this, and then you can take and go watch the full video on his channel. And like I said in my other reaction video, I really don't like mooching people's content, but again, these wheels are highly anticipated, and I think it's pretty cool to get another rider's view on what they think about the wheel. And so here we go. Now the wheel looks amazing. It does. The build quality is top notch. But one thing that we have to address, this is a massive wheel. If I'm not mistaken, this thing weighs 98 pounds. 98 pounds. And you can really see the size of this wheel. Look at the pedals. Pedals are huge. They're like the size of tractor pedals, man. Like they were supplied by John Deere. But I don't think Kevin's that tall. So he is a smaller rider. So this is something that, smaller riders might want to take note. This is a massive EUC. And do you notice that? You can, some people say like with the bigger EUCs, you can't feel the weight. Well, no, you can feel it. Now you feel it less when it's moving, but you feel it more when it's stationary. That's just how it goes. But you can see the way that Kevin is shifting his body, how he has to throw his body into the movement of the EUC to go left, to go right, to accelerate. You can see that how heavy it is. Just watch how his body moves. Did you see how he sat down and he leaned on that turn? How some other EUCs, you can basically just push your toe down and you can turn. This is one where this is going to be like a whole body experience, sort of like riding the Z10. If you've ever talked to riders that have, uh, ridden the Z10, it doesn't turn like normal EUCs. Even the Sherman is a big EUC, and a lot of riders say you have. I rode one, so you have to really lean your body into this EUC to get it to go where you want it to. So take that into note. It's a tall wheel as well. You can see it's very tall, and but it moves. You can see how it picks up. Seems like it's a very high torque wheel, but I think for me it might be just a little bit too heavy. Not that I couldn't ride it. It's just in open spaces, for cruising, for going on longer rides. I think it would be a phenomenal wheel. Now, this is just my opinion. But for a street wheel, something to use in like riding around in New York City with a bunch of people, I don't know if I would want to take a wheel this massive into the city and ride it unless I'm going on a massive, group ride where I need the mileage. But otherwise, I don't think this is a wheel that I would want to use as an everyday commuting wheel. It's just too big. Again, some people love big wheels. Nothing against that, but for me, I think the weight would be cumbersome. Now, this looks like he's going to do some technical stuff, a lot of tight turns. Again, watch how he moves his body. Watch how he has to throw his body into the turns. This is very important. Did you see that when he was jumping that thing? You can see the weight right there. You can definitely see the weight. Now it'll be easier for a bigger rider to pull that thing up off the ground, but I don't see the Abrams being an off-road wheel either. I don't. This is a cruiser, man. This is a cruising wheel. This is a Harley Davidson of a wheel. It does look phenomenal, though. I'm not gonna kid you. It looks like it should come out of a Batman movie. It looks like this thing should come running, right out the tumbler. It looks awesome, man. I love the way it looks. I really, really do. And this would be a perfect wheel to ride seated, especially for me because my legs are long. Wow, it does. It looks amazing. It just radiates quality from the roll cage to everything, the tire, the light. You know you're getting quality when you get this wheel. We're gonna look. We're gonna look at that one more time. I don't get back too far. You can see that this is definitely going to be a hard wheel to yank off the ground, especially for smaller riders. Yeah, the Abrams is definitely a monster. I mean, that's a massive wheel. It would be a comforting wheel to ride on open road. But I don't know, man. As far as new riders getting something like this, I mean, it's your money. You buy what you want to buy, but that's a lot of wheel. Now you're definitely getting a quality. You're getting a high quality EUC, but that's a lot of wheel to be beneath your feet for your first go round. And I don't know. I know that I wouldn't want a 98-pound EUC for my first EUC. That's just me though. But again, these things are not cheap. So if you just want to get in one and done, if you feel that this EUC can take and fulfill all your needs, it can be your commuter wheel. It can be your long range wheel. It can be your off road wheel. Look at that. How many of those boxes? I can't see the camera. How many of those boxes can you check off? Those are questions you have to ask. Is it going to give you the range that you want? 2,700 watt hour battery, heavy wheel, big motor, torquey motor. Is it going to be a commuter friendly wheel? Is it something that you can throw on the subway, on the metro, on the train? How hard is it to take and lift a 98-pound wheel up on a train that doesn't have a level platform? I know the train station that I have to commute into work every morning. Not every I'm catching a bus, but when I have to catch the train into New York, lifting my RS up in there is a pain in the butt. I could imagine how tough it would be trying to lift this up into the train. My RS is might as well say 60 pounds. I think it's 58 or 59 pounds. Let's just round it up to 60. And this thing is 98 pounds. That's 38 more pounds. That's a lot of weight. That could definitely become an issue. And then how is the maneuverability in very tight places when you're around a bunch of people, around a bunch of cars? You know, the braking. Are you going to be able to brake in time if you have to make an emergency stop? So these are things that you have to take into consideration. Again, it's a phenomenal wheel, but it's definitely something that you're going to have to take more precaution on when you ride.
It's it was a little bit heavy at the start, but once you get used to it, you know your link.
See, and he said it right there. It's a little heavy, but you have to get used to it. So, I mean, the more you ride it, the more you're going to get accustomed to the wheel. But, you know, you can only get so accustomed. Like I said, I had to carry my wheel up like 25 stairs. And I'm like, dude, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. I think that's the only thing that would hinder me from buying the Abrams is just the size of it. Like I said, I'm more of a street wheel rider. I don't go on super long. Like I said, my ride's like 15 to 20 miles. So I could get away with something like the RS. I could get away with the V12, the V11, an MSS, a Nikola, either the Nick Plus or the Nick AR. I can get away with something like that. But again, I am not a hypermiler like some of the other EUC riders. So let's continue.
It's kind of like kicking, and yeah, and then it becomes easier. So it's like all other wheel, when you first start, you need to spend at least, half an hour or more, to get used to the wheel. But this one, yeah, I'm gonna spend the whole afternoon with this today. So just get the feel, jumping and going onto the, all terrains, up and down, bit of high speed, bit of slow speed.
Well, you can definitely see the way that thing's moving across the grass. It's a planted wheel. That thing, it sticks to the ground. And that's one good thing about a heavier wheel. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna stay stay on the ground. Hmm.
Yeah, on the Sherman or the S18, you feel that slide. I mean, when you go onto a wet mud, you just have to keep straight. But with this, you can still move, and
See, it's that weight. It's that weight. Once you commit to the turn, you got that knobby tire on there on that grass. It's just gonna sink in and do what it got to do, man. So we'll watch probably about another 30 seconds, and then we'll do a little closing on this reaction video. Again, big shout out to Kevin. Great channel. Go show him some love. And this go watch the whole video. I think this is a great video for anyone looking to buy an Abrams, and it will answer a lot of your questions.
you can feel a bit slippery there in the mud. So it's quite wet. British winter. So it's so wet, muddy feel.
See, you can see, man, trying to stop that thing. You can see when he grabbed that bar, man. He was rodeoing that thing to get it to stop. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're cranking through the city and something yanks out on you, a car, a dog, someone on the, you never know, especially riding in the city, what's going to jump out in front of you. Are you going to be able to stop this in time before you hit something? Let's look at that one more time. You got to go back a little bit further.
Slide. I mean, when you go onto a wet mud, you just have to keep straight. But with this, you can still move, and
apologize. I went back a little bit too far.
You can feel a bit slippery there in the mud, so it's quite wet, which is winter. So it's so wet, muddy feel.
See that? That's when weight comes into play. Weight and speed, it's a whole different ball game once you get cranking. Yeah.
This morning it's quite nice. The service is like quite icy.
You can't hear him very well because of the wind. But we're just going to leave it right there. I think this is a good stopping point. Again, the wheel is quality. It just bleeds quality. You cannot argue that point. It's an amazing wheel. You can go on Kevin's channel, look at the other videos when he breaks the wheel down. You see the insides of it, the guts of the wheel. Hands down, probably one of the best built wheels out there. I think the next one would be like the Z10, and then the help me out here, the Z10, the V12, I believe is a high quality wheel, and definitely the Sherman, where it is now, is a quality wheel. But this one is probably at the top of the ladder. I would say the V12. I'm sorry, the Abrams. But you just have to, as veteran riders, they know what they're going to do. They're not going to hesitate. They're going to pull the trigger. They're going to buy this wheel. It's amazing. And I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I'm just saying, new riders, maybe, you can get used to riding anything, but when certain situations arise, are you going to be able to turn it fast enough? Are you going to be able to slow it down fast enough to get yourself out of a situation? And these are things that you have to ask yourself. Especially, I would say myself, I was put in a very bad situation. And I think if I would have been on a bigger AUC, would I be able to have maneuvered it and got myself out of harm's way? I don't know. I don't know. But I know the more weight, the faster something is moving, the harder it's going to be to slow it down. So with that being said, again, I am not taking anything away from the Abrams. If you're buying this wheel, hats off, and I tip my hat to you because you've hit the jackpot. It's an amazing wheel. But with everything has a pro and everything has a con. For me, in my riding style and how I ride, this would not be a good wheel for me. I would have to get something that's more, I was about to say computer, computer friendly, something that's more commuter friendly. And because I am just not into super heavy wheels. I don't like something too heavy. But that is it. Go show Kevin some love. Go to EUC Upgrades. Look at this whole entire video. Look at his other content. It's excellent stuff. And thank you so much for joining me. Remember, you ride your wheel like you hate it. You ride it like you hate it. I'm Sensei. Always ride with the angels. Hello.